The advertisement of sin, Satan's trap. Know your enemy. We must realize that we are in a battle with our enemy in which our eternal soul is at stake. Satan, our enemy, has been successful at his mission in deceiving mankind since the beginning. He has become a master at it and has been placing traps all over the world. We must know that if we fall into a trap and die within this trap, then we have lost the battle to our enemy, as majority of humanity has. By becoming aware of the stronghold that our enemy has over this world, and aware of what the traps are and where they are, we can use this information to our benefit so that we can win this battle. So what is Satan's trap? Sin is Satan's trap. It is vital that we understand what sin is and where it came from. Sin was formed by Satan, which resulted when Satan took the perfect ways of God and twisted them into imperfect, degraded ways. These degraded ways are not of God's, but are of Satan's. Therefore, any act that is not part of God's perfect ways is of Satan's degraded ways. These corrupted ways of Satan consist of all unrighteous acts. Satan has made many unrighteous acts, and therefore there are many traps that he has set up to ensnare humanity. Satan's traps equal all unrighteous acts, equals Satan's ways, equals sins. Please keep in mind that these are all different ways of saying the same thing. What are Satan's traps? Satan's traps are all of the unrighteous acts that he advertises to us. They are the sins that were made to cause us to turn from walking God's righteous ways into his unrighteous ways. These unrighteous ways of Satan include sexual immorality, such as adultery, fornication, and homosexuality, coveting of a person or thing, lusting after a person or thing, witchcraft, or anything to do with spiritual forces not of God, idolizing of a person or things, hateful speech, violence, murder, gossip, disrespect for others, dishonoring of parents and other authoritative figures, thievery, lying, grudges, and unforgiveness. Satan's ways also include feelings such as hateful anger, fear, and a prideful ego. Satan's ways are all of the ways that are not of God's ways, his creation, or his design. When we choose to follow after these ways, we have inadvertently chose to follow Satan instead of God. This is why it is important to know these traps so that we will not be ensnared by walking in these ways. Sin is advertised everywhere. Because of Satan's stronghold of this world, Satan has his hand in everything and anything that has influential power over the way we think to advertise his unrighteous ways to us. This includes TV programs, cartoons, radio shows, websites, books, magazines, movies, video games, music videos, media, commercials, billboards, advertisements, fashion, and social events. Satan can even use people such as friends and family and social groups to advertise his sinful ways. How Satan advertises sin. Satan knows that our weakness is our flesh, and he advertises sin through temptation by appealing to our flesh. Similarly, as we saw in the previous video with Eve, Satan advertises sin to us by glamorizing it and making it look desirable. He presents and highlights all of the positive attributes by showing us how our flesh will benefit while leaving out the deadly side effects. This is like the offering of the apple in Snow White, or the offering of a dangerous drug from a friend, or the offering of cheese in a mousetrap. Satan tells us that by giving into these sins, we will find pleasure in them, or if we do these things, it will benefit us in some way. For example, Satan may tell us, if you lie or steal or kill or do witchcraft, you will be better off. Or if you hate or lust or fornicate, you will be gratified. Warning, do not give in to sin. There are many who have been trapped into living in sin and don't even realize it. There are many who have been living in a trap for so long they do not want to come out of it. Many do not realize that if we die in a sin trap, we will lose our soul to the enemy. We must get out of any trap by repenting of all sin that has entrapped us at any sacrifice that it may cost us. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. Matthew 5:30. But except ye repent, ye shall all likewise perish. Luke 13:3. We must turn from living the ways of Satan by living the perfect ways of God. Please be careful. These traps from Satan are everywhere and can be very tempting. We must be careful at what we watch and listen to. Parents must protect their children of what they watch and listen to as well. We should take all of the precautions needed to protect ourselves from falling into any of Satan's traps. We need to watch our step, protect ourselves, and clear our path from any and all danger. I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes, Psalms 101:3, and put away evil from thy flesh, Ecclesiastes 11:10. Claim your victory. Now that we know what the enemy's traps are and where they are, we can know what we must do in order to defeat our enemy. It is up to us whether we will win or lose. It is our choice whether we live God's perfect and righteous ways or fall into Satan's trap of sin. Let us do all that we can to stay out of Satan's traps and live righteously so that we can win this battle and claim our victory. Thanks for watching. May God bless you all. With much love, this is Claire.